$1.2 billion raise, but at the bottom end of the price range. So we're looking at $4 Hong Kong, 53 each. I got to talk to you about why you felt you needed to list right now, given the volatile market conditions.
Well, look, we've done a lot of work in the last decade rebuilding Hong Kong Telecom. So the new Hong Kong Telecom is very competitive, very innovative. It's the right time to bring it to the market. And a lot of investors, particularly the long-term institutional investors,
right.
A lot of them said, look, in this market, a defensive stock is exactly what they're looking for. So we saw a market opportunity. We raised $1.2 billion, maybe 1.4 if we exercise the green shoot.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of money in any market. So we're very happy to have done it.
You have a good day to list as well, considering the market sentiment we're getting from the Wall Street rally. Okay, so talk to me about which institutionals bought in. I know there's a bit of undersubscription amongst the retail mom-and-pop investors.
Yeah, I mean, this is not really aimed at the retail investors, unless they take a long-term view. I mean, this is a company that's been around for over 80 years. It's a good, stable business. So therefore, the natural investors here, the natural counterparties, are people who like to take long-term returns. So mutual funds, pension funds, you know, really the long-term
Here in Asia or the ones over
around
overseas?
the world. I mean, very, very, very international base. I mean, they're very big, you know, long-term funds around the world. So on that side, we got extremely well supported.
Okay, so also let's talk about the price itself. I know you priced it at the bottom end of the price range, so 453, but some are still calling that a little high, especially when you look on the price to earnings. It's even higher than I believe Hutch here, which is Hutchison Telecom Hong Kong Smartphone. Yeah,
but the thing is, we're listing this as a trust, right? And that's important. This business is very capital intensive, so we have a lot of items which are non-cash, like depreciation, amortization, hold down our earnings. But in terms of cash, this company spins off a lot of cash. By going to a trust, we're putting the cash back to the unit holders. Therefore, on a cash yield basis, it's quite high. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, I got to talk to you about PCCW's chairman, Richard Lee. He also took up some of his holdings, allotted Hong Kong Trust units as well.
Yeah, he loves it.
He loves it. He was subscribed for the additional units. How long is the lockup period? Is he going to hold it for the long term?
Oh, look, what Richard always said. He said, as he said at the EGM, that you know, he's a long-term holder, of PCCW and of the trust now. Yeah.
Right, he's a long-term holder. What is the lockup period? Do you know?
The lockup period on related parties is 6 months. Yeah.
Okay, 6 months or so. What about China Unicom? Because they're also another big
Unicom, again, a very big supporter of the company. I mean, Unicom took up their part of the preferred offering as well. So you've got the two major shareholders of PCCW, both came in. And on top of that, Mr. Lee came in as chairman and actually took up some excess, subscription.
Yeah, did you get your allotted?
I did too, and I took up a small excess subscription as well, what I can afford.
Well, as you said, you have the option to green shoot. Do you think that's definitely going to be taken up?
We'll have to see what happens in the market, right? I mean, if the market is very strong, then obviously we'd like to place out the green shoot. If it's not, then we're happy with $1.2 billion already, because $1 billion of that will be used to repay debt.
That's right. That will be some of the proceeds, most of the proceeds, I believe.
Most of it will be
7.8 billion Hong Kong. But if you get more than 7.8 billion Hong Kong, some of that will be used to buy up media proceeds.
Yeah, well, that will be retained by PCCW to grow its other businesses, particularly high-growth businesses, media. And
online, maybe?
Maybe online. I mean, media is a big space these days, rapidly developing, right?
You're telling us that?
And IT and solutions areas is another part where the company does very well.
Now, Alex, let me ask you this. What would be a satisfactory day one for you and the Telecoms Trust?
Investors be happy.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, you don't put a percentage to it? Like,
no,
for instance,
don't do a percentage.
gain?
Because, again, take a long-term view. I mean, you can't look at this on a one day, this is not a day trading kind of proposition. This is something where you want to look at a good, solid, recurrent yield, and you want to see, some stable, modest but stable capital growth over time. This is in fact what Hong Kong Telecom used to be, the old Hong Kong Telecom used to be, and at the end of the day, a lot of retail, as long as a lot of the long money, appreciated Hong Kong Telecom. The new Hong Kong Telecom, when they get used to it, will be exactly the same.
And telecoms, some are saying the telecoms are probably one of some of the safest investments right now in these volatile times.
Yeah,
but some say it's boring.
Well, boring can be good. It's very innovative. There's a lot of technological change. But look, in this business, we have millions of accounts, customer accounts. We don't have single customer risk. We have Each account is quite small, but it's locked up in contracts, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year contracts. So therefore it's very stable, throws off a lot of cash.
Okay.
It's a very nice business to be in, particularly now.
9% yields, yeah, that sounds pretty enticing, doesn't it, especially in these times. Hey, Alex, good luck on day one. Good to see you. Alex Arena, who is the Group Managing Director at Hong Kong Telecom Trust, so watch for it today.